let's preview the assignment for round 7C for every team that's not Andrews. Here we go. By how much would Andrews have had to reduce its equity in order to match Chester's ROE? Okay, and I give you the formula. It's ROE. It's equal to net income divided by equity, right? Okay, this is relatively simple then. So let's think about this. How much would it have had to reduce its equity in order to match Chester's ROE? There's some ways to reduce equity, but that comes up. So what do we know? Okay, well, we're going to be solving for equity because we want to get to that point. Okay, you're going to have to take one other step then and then subtract this from what their equity actually is to get the amount that you have to reduce it by. But in any event, okay, you know what the ROE is, right? We want to match Chester's ROE. So Chester's ROE goes there. Net income goes whatever Andrews had for net income. So you've got two legs of a three-legged stool. You just got to solve for the third one. Relatively simple algebra there. Okay, solve for that third one. And then again, the next step is just to subtract what you get there from what its equity actually was, so you get the amount. 2, what would Andrews' leverage ratio have been had it done that? This is one that we've done before, right? So leverage is equal to assets divided by equity. Okay, so let's take a look at what we have there. What's going to happen? Well, Andrews would have to reduce both its assets and its equity. Okay, they would have reduced by the same amount. Okay, because it would take cash or something else that's an asset. Okay, and that would reduce the assets, and then that would reduce the equity by an equal amount, which would change the leverage. We would think the leverage in that case would go up, right? So the leverage would go up a little bit from what it is now. Okay, and I give you again. Here's the formula. So you got to figure out what the new assets would be, what the new equity would be, and then that'll give you your leverage doing the simple division in that case. What are the options that Andrews might have used to reduce its equity? Remember, equity is kind of a separate account, right? It's a reconciliation of the equity or shareholders' equity account. You know, and there's only a few things that we do, actually, okay, that can actually reduce equity. Maybe just a couple of things that we can do. I talk about it often when I'm looking at the cash flow. 4, regarding MTBF and Baldwin's product B. So now we're getting off into something a little bit weird. If MTBF had been lowered to 12,000, it's currently at 15,000, recalculate Bede's material cost per unit. Okay, and you can find, okay, what the cost is of MTBF, okay, by looking at the guide. Okay, so I'm sure you guys have been reading that all along, but it'll tell you in there what the cost of MTBF is. I think it's per 1,000 units of MTBF. Then it should be a relatively simple matter of if MTBF has been lowered, okay, you look at what their current, let's take a look at that, their current material cost. Get my computer kind of working here for Bede. Its current material cost is $4.80, so you recalculate that based on what the reduction is when you lower the MTBF. And then Baldwin's before tax profit would have increased by, and then that's just a simple matter of multiplying its new gross profit per item times the number of sales that it had, number of unit sales that it had for that particular product. There you have it. These are getting easier all the time. So thanks. If you have any questions, just holler.